raid one of those trade evolutions I'm still looking for. But there's every possibility we'll just do the trade evolution on stream if there's, possibly other people seeking to trade evolve. Give it one more refresh. See whether we get anything, and if not, I will pull up my list of stuff I need, and I'll work it out. Work out where we're starting on the hunt today. Get the other chat window up. Hey, Vordella. It is Pokemon time indeed. I am still frustrated at how infuriating the Find a Raid battle search feature is in this game. It should not be this bad. It should not be that I have to sit here for like 40 seconds just to go, I don't want these 8 Pokemon. Can I see some other raids? Which is why I'm probably not going to bother too much with raid battles tonight. I think it is just going to be to try and shiny hunt and try and get some of those shiny starters that I know I need to find. Come on, give me one of the ones I'm looking for. Nope, none of the ones I'm looking for. Cool. Well, in that case, time to work out what I'm going to shiny hunt tonight. It's shiny hunting / raid time / trying to finish my Pokedex, which means like trading for some trade evolutions, possibly hunting some legendaries, because I think there's like 25 legendaries I can be catching in this that I haven't started on. It's general, not plot, Pokemon time. If anyone happens to A, have trade evolutions in the new DLC that they want to trade evolve, or B, is playing on Scarlet and wants to get the version exclusives from Violet, let me know in chat. That is a thing I am also looking for as a Violet owner, which could be useful. Right. What do I want to shiny hunt starting with? There is the Pick-a-Peck Trumbeak to Cannon line. The Litten line. I do need 3 Littens. 3 Popplios, Braxian, Samurott, Pignite, Servine, Snivy. I need 3 of the Piplup line. The Litten line seems nice in that it's a very, very obvious shiny visually. It's a nice one to do on stream because I can sort of do it on fast mode a little. Right. I'm missing. Let me have a look at what I'm missing in the deck still. I need to evolve and get an I forget what Electabuzz evolution's called. I need Electabuzz's evolution. I need to trade evolve a Seadra. Whimsicott, I need to just remember how Cottony evolves. Scuba Stefano says, "Hi Laura, I haven't played this in like 10 months. What did I miss?" There are 2 DLCs that go to 2 different locations. There's like, I'm gonna say like 20 new Pokemon you haven't seen. Now I can fly rather than just gliding on my ride Pokemon and eventually like catastrophically crashing to the ground. I can just fly. I can go up if I want. I can stay in the air as long as I like. That's your big things. Yes, I need a Alolan Graveler. I need Rampardos and its evolution, which I think are version exclusives. I have Porygon, but not Porygon 2. And Porygon Z. Interesting. Wait, the second DLC isn't a return to the endgame area. So it is a whole new area, and then it's a return to the Area 0, but a new bit of Area 0. Yeah, Overquill, that's a trade evolution. Vulpix and Ninetales, I'm pretty sure, are version exclusive. I have failed to find the Totodile line? Huh. Do I have the Totodile line in Shiny? Do I need to add them to the list? That'd be what, like, level... That's like 150 in the Dex. I do have that line, but I do need to go find them. So I need to go find the Totodile line and the Mudkip line. Do I have the Mudkip line? I'm sure I do. I'm certain I do. And then I think it's just the legendaries. Yeah. Oh, Grookey. Okay, it's some of the water. It's some of the water starters. You know what? I'm gonna go find the starters I haven't found, and then we're gonna shiny hunt Litten. So if that's where Totodile is, that's sort of halfway up the savannah. Oh, I know where that is. Is there any... Lives there once the environment is upgraded, can adapt to living in the savannah. Okay, so it's not like in caves or anything. I guess I just need to be looking around in muddy puddles along here. Like, this is where I should be investigating. Can you catch starters in this one? Yes, but not not initially. Sorry about that. You have to do a bunch of side quests to evolve each of the 4 biomes, and then several starter Pokemon will just be catchable in the wild in that biome. For example, we are going to go hunt a wild Totodile quickly. Or we're going to try to anyway. Should be... Was it just down here? Is it this? It's just this. Have I just been running past it and missing Totodile hanging out in the water? I don't know if Totodile would be in the water or just hanging around its edge. I feel like being in the water is my best chance of finding it. Scuba Stefano says, I'm reluctant to get back into this game because I already beat it and played like 60 hours and really burnt myself out. It's not like when I was a kid and could play these games for hundreds of hours without getting burned out. I mean, I understand that, while also being like, only you know whether you can play this in an all or nothing fashion. Oh, I hear that singing. I need to work out how I catch Meloetta. Because I know it's doable, and I haven't looked it up, but I keep hearing singing, and I'm going to assume that's part of it. Do I need to, like, put a... As I say, a water-type encounter sandwich? But everything in his water-type wouldn't boost it up. Let me look at that map again. We have upgraded this area, so we can find... Where am I on the map? I'm in the big... Oh yeah, Totodile is literally showing up on the possible spawns, like, right over here. In the water, it seems? Okay, so I am in definitely in the right spot. Totodile's around here somewhere. A bank? Totodile, what do I need to do to get you to show? I'm not done something silly like hiding in a tree, no. Nope, do Piper. Gelatinous Biscuit in the YouTube chat says, I can play Pokemon like I play fighting games, very passively, end up with hundreds of hours without sort of realizing. Yeah, that is sort of how I end up playing these games, and I know that's not for everyone. Oh, there we go. Okay, they're just a very rare spawn in this location. Cool. That'll be why I missed it, if it's just a low spawn rate and I was doing a casual, if I see one, I'll grab it pass. Okay, well that's 3 more deck slots we can quickly register. Quickly do the social posts to tell people that I'm doing the stream. Oh. Andy H says, felt really stupid. Bought my nephew the Scarlet and Violet expansion pass for Christmas and didn't realise you get both DLCs included. Went to the shop, and asked for the Indigo Disc DLC without realizing it was included on the expansion pass. Hopefully the person at the other end of the shot of that exchange let you know, and it was that's embarrassing, but I avoided accidentally purchasing. I cross my fingers for you on that. Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can get potentially confused around Pokemon DLC. I don't think that it's foolish. I've known a lot of people who've not realized that the expansion pass is specific to either Violet or Scarlet and have bought, like, I have Violet and I accidentally bought the Scarlet expansion pass and it doesn't work. Like, they've not made it super easy. Let's go. Hey, Artisynth. Cool. Do I need to trade? To get Porygon to Porygon 2, it has to be holding, what is it, the Dubious Disc. Do I have to trade it, or do I just level it up holding the Dubious Disc? Or is it just an evolution item? Do I just use the Dubious Disc on it? It's been so long since I've evolved a Porygon. Okay, we've got Croconaw. I gotta go find... What was the other starter I hadn't done? Was it Froakie? I think it was Froakie. It really does feel like it should be one expansion pass and it works for both. Like, you're already upselling people on buying the game twice. Like, just let the DLC be one and done. Okay, so that is that evolutionary line sorted. Right. Check the dex. Is it Froakie? Oh, no, it's Mudkip. Okay, Mudkip. An adapter living in caves. Okay, so I'm looking for a cave along that inner line of the coastal region. So I want to be like... Let's have a look. Somewhere around here and caves. Okay, yeah, probably up there. Are the Pokemon models scaled properly to your character in this? They seem to be. Certain Pokemon are fucking huge, some are pretty tiny. I think they're about the right size as they're supposed to be. I've not gone through and fact-checked that every single one is exactly the right scale for what the deck says its size is, but, like, the scaling feels about right. Here we go, yeah. I remember how to fly. Okay, yeah. It might just appear randomly in the water, but I'm gonna guess it's a cave spawn. I think when it says can spawn in caves, I think it means you better look in a fucking cave. Yeah, Dubious Disc gets you a Porygon Z, so it's different, not the Dubious Disc. Do I have a different kind of disc in my bag? I have, have a look. How do I evolve? Oh, it's upgrade. Yeah, that'll be the one for Porygon 2. I'm assuming it's a trade evolution item. Let's have a look. Porygon Evolve. Is this another one on the list that I just need to do a trade evolution? You need to trade it while it's holding the upgrade item. Yeah, okay, it's another one. I'm going to need to trade with someone. Space Llama MK1 says, I've only just worked out that you can invert flight controls in the options menu. You can. You can indeed. If that is the thing you wish to do, you can do it, and that is worth knowing. Okay. I'm gonna guess we're not gonna find this until we get right down to the bottom and find some water. I don't think we're gonna see Mudkip just casually strolling. Okay, water. So probably about the right area that I could find Mudkips. I know Pokemon definitely can spawn around here. There we go, there's the Mudkip. Yes, I know this is where I found the Slowpoke spawn, so I know they can spawn here. Come on, first quick ball. Make this nice and easy for me. Right, and then I think it's time to just go do that shiny Litten hunt. I'm gonna have to find a good place where that's the only fire type. Yeah, so the last DLC was about, it was about the Oni Pokemon. This one is about a crystal turtle, kind of. It's sort of about a crystal turtle. The BT says, I've seen the forced co-op multiplayer for some things in this game and I'm not happy. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I have had it spoiled for me that the 25 returning legendaries, some of them you either have to play in a specific version of the game or play with some, like, in co-op with someone who's playing that version of the game. And I believe there's 3 legendaries that you have to be in co-op to get. Rohamild, basically, if you remember the brother and sister pair, I think they were brother and sister pair from the last DLC, we've gone to the academy that they were at, and events ensue. Okay, and yeah, I'm not super keen on... I'll tell you this, I'm not super keen on forced multiplayer, but also I suspect if you just wait a little bit, I think they'll turn up in raid battles, those legendaries. I can't imagine they will be forever locked to co-op, necessarily. Right, let's do that Litten hunt. Oh, I was gonna evolve the Mudkips, that's what I was doing. Ah, 69. Nice. I need to work out where the best place to do this Litten shiny hunt is. I don't know if there's anywhere I can do an isolated encounter where Litten is the only fire type that will show up. Saint Nobody says, did you already farm lots of Herba Mystica for this? I have some leftover Herba Mystica. I think I have enough for about 20, maybe slightly over 20 shiny hunts. And I have about 25 shiny Pokemon that I need to hunt. If I can get a couple of them, like 2 shinies in a single hunt, I might have enough Herba Mystica to do the hunts I need to do. Particularly if I do the save before the shiny hunt, if I don't find a shiny, reset the save. How'd you evolve him so fast? Well, I caught him at level 69, so I just gave him 2 rare candies, because he's well over the level to become a Swampert, so each rare candy just instantly was enough to evolve. 2 rare candies, I have a Swampert. So I've got those dex spots sorted. Right. Yes, that's what I was doing. I was looking for where Litten most commonly spawns. Have a look. Okay, where's your habitat? Basically all of the canyon biome, which is unhelpful because I want like a corner. I want to be able to like corner you and hunt you in a specific location. The BT says, is it me, or is the starter types 3 of one type and 3 of another in 3 of the areas and then 2 of each in the final area. Might be. I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I upgraded the areas, found what I found, and didn't do the number crunching maths. Okay, let's try the Canyon Rest area. And I'll save. And we'll do the Shiny Hunting Fire Sandwich. And maybe even not do the hunt initially, but just work out where the right place to do the hunt is. That's probably a decent starting spot. Okay. And as ever, save your adventure before doing the sandwich in case we don't find the shiny. Right. I need my shiny Herba Mystica type matchup image so I can work out what the fire type is. Oh, red pepper. 2 red peppers. That's fine. We can do that easy. So, tomato, onion, green bell pepper, double red bell pepper, hamburger, and 20, 27, 34, 42. I have enough for 21 more shiny hunts. I have enough for 21 more shiny hunts, and I have 24 shiny Pokemon to hunt. So I'm probably going to run out of Herba Mystica before I finish. But, like, not by much. Yeah, that... what did we put on here? Sweet and spicy. Yeah, sweet and spicy mix, fine. It's not sweet and sour, it'll be fine. It frustrates me that sweet and sour is the only combination I cannot do without messing up this stupid chart, because it feels like it should be a very sensible combination. Right. Let's make the sandwich. All these red peppers on. Hope they don't fall off. Pop the onions on top of tomato as to not risk the precarious pepper pile. We get rid of the top red because it's just a scam. Andy H says, what is the meat in Pokemon made out of? I mean, Pokemon will never say, but we do know that people eat Slowpoke tails. We know that Pokemon meat is sometimes consumed. I think there's a few other examples we know of. We know that they eat Pokemon byproducts like Miltank milk. So maybe it's Pokemon, maybe it's not. Who knows? Who can say whether that extends to eating Miltank and Tauros meat? Okay, so fire types. Okay, yeah, we're already getting Litten spawns. I want a place with less grass than this. Like, the grass isn't doing too bad. It's not obscuring the Pokemon that much, but it's a very visible shiny. So I probably don't need to worry too much, but if I can find a place to do this hunt that doesn't have grass like this, that would be preferable. Basically, we're looking for one of these that is white rather than black on this cat. Okay, if I come over here, Tepigs start spawning. So this is probably not as good of a place to do this hunt. Oh, it was only the one Tepig, actually. Still mainly Littens. Can I find a sort of stony area I can do the hunt? I don't know if there's a wheat Pokemon to grind into flour, but I do know that there are Pokemon kind of made of bread. There's a bread dog in Scarlet and Violet. So, yeah. Every kind of food, there's a Pokemon that is that food at this point. Okay, yeah, this is slightly better. There's a little less obscuring. I think I can just run back and forth. I'm seeing spawns of stuff that aren't fire types, but that's not the end of the world. If I can get some... Not ideal. If I park myself like here, can I just do a picnic hunt maybe? Get out the picnic. The BT, I have seen the other methods that like that method that are doing the round. A lot of those methods require you to have specifically 2 salty Herba Mystica. I'm using the list I'm using because you can use any 2 Herba Mystica other than sweet and sour in combination. And like, I would much prefer like the thing that needs to be specific to be a common ingredient I can just buy from the shop, than needing to find a specific Herba Mystica to do the hunt. Bella Bean says, Fido in Japanese is Pupimochi. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, what's the German, the French pun for Dax bun is briochien? Brioche dog? And I think that's a much better pun than the English one. Briochien is, I think, my favourite bread dog pun. Right, so much better than Dax bun. Okay, okay, this is all Tepigs. Do I need anything in the Tepig line? Well, I'm thinking about it. Do I need anything in the Tepig line? I do need a Ignite. They're not the worst. No, I want to go back further up. Okay. I was looking for an area like this where I could just be going back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, this Tepig has easier areas. I don't mind running around here, having an explore, seeing what areas I find, because Tepig is one I need another shiny of, so it's not the worst. Demantia, I have no idea if they come in different endings based on the gendered words for bread or the gendered words for dog. I don't remember how gender works in French. Right. Ooh, the BT got a shiny Dodrio. Nice. Okay, we're back into Litten territory. Come on, please. Okay, this being a Litten area's alright. If they spawn in decent numbers, then we're gonna get a bunch of water spawns, which are gonna, yeah, dilute the number of Litten that actually appear. So this is not the best spot for the hunt. Yeah, maybe I'll just go back up. Maybe I'll just go north again. Yeah, it's a very easy shiny to spot. I might just go back to that sort of grassy area because this is one shiny where I really think the fact that it's in the grass isn't going to do that much to obscure from me noticing that it's there. Okay. But this is what this first attempt is for. It is about me finding what is the optimal spot to do this hunt. Ooh, this might be it. I have a one-way direction to see a bunch of spawns. This could be a really good spot. How many spawns do we see? Okay. Even if I'm only getting... Oh, yeah, here's a good spot. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Oh, DarkNextad in the Twitch chat says, hello, Laura. The Horror Game Awards were last week and they had an award for accessibility options. Awesome! Do you happen to know what won? I'm super curious. I don't follow a huge amount of horror things and would love to know about what the horror community was like, yeah, we should acknowledge this. Thanks to Outbreak, I finally got all shiny Alcremie forms. Right, those new Outbreaks are so good if you want all the shiny Alcremies. Oh yeah, this is 100% the place for us to do this shiny hunt. That is a really good number of spawns really quick that we can cycle through. Yeah, we just get the picnic out, put the picnic away. It's going to be a very easy shiny to spot. We just don't want to set the next picnic up too quick until we know it has spawned in all the spawns it's going to spawn, or at least most of the spawns. I'm currently in the middle of producing all of my like end of year, start of new year content, so I can take some time over the festive period. So currently being edited tonight, but the lovely Jane is the 2023 accessibility year in recap, which will be up this week. My personal game of the year video should be up like Thursday of this week. And then in the new year, we've got the things that need to be standards in video game accessibility in 2024 video will be going up. So end of the year, start of the new year content is all trying to get it all done this week so that I can take the better part of 2 weeks off to just rest over the festive period. Which will be nice. I'm genuinely looking forward to having some time off. This year has been wonderful. I have pushed myself to my limit a little bit. I've done a lot of travel, a lot of work stuff, a lot of big projects that are just gonna have to wait a while before people find out about them. I've been chronically tired for like the last 2 months, and I'm like, I need to like reset and get the fatigue to just chill the fuck out. Will it be Game of the Year or Accessible Game of the Year? Are those two the same thing for you? So, I thought about how to do this. Accessible Game of the Year is a difficult thing to do as an individual creator. I thought about doing so. Originally, the thing that turned into my like 2023 accessibility recap originally started as accessibility awards, but the problem is, as an individual person, like, there's a lot of disabilities I don't have, and I can go, I think it's really cool that this happened, but like realistically, I think that there are better people better suited to, you know, have groups decide on an award in those kind of contexts. That being said, in the accessibility recap video, I do a lot of talking about like games this year that I think were really impressive from an accessibility perspective, and in my personal game of the year list, a lot of the games I put on my personal game of the year list, I talk about the accessibility in them and that being a factor in why they made my game of the year list. I have some games on my game of the year list that are going to be inaccessible for some people. Not being accessible for a wide number of disabled people didn't disqualify it from getting onto my personal game of the year list in terms of my tastes and what I really enjoyed. But I think the way I'm going to do it in the end, and I haven't edited the Game of the Year video yet, that is later this week. There's a shiny Litten, very easy to spot. Is I think I'm going to have like a little, some kind of little like trophy or something on screen that was this game that won an award is also very accessible, and I think that's going to be the way I do it, which honestly it's going to be like over half of the things on the award list anyway, but I talk about the accessibility in them where relevant, but I think that's going to be the way to do it, is just do my game of the year awards, but some of them have the also this was really fucking accessible and that's great sticker on them. There we go! Shiny Kitty! That is great! But yeah, I thought that was a more worthwhile way of me doing it than me as an individual person declaring accessible Game of the Years, because that is such a personal and specific thing. And, you know, I can go, these are the things that really impressed me, and these are the things that I was really happy to see. But I'm not gonna crown, like, this is the most accessible when, like, you know, there are so many people with so many differing experiences. Anyway, Litten. I put Litten in the list. Right, we need 2 more shiny Littens to get the shiny Litten family. This is nice and easy. Yeah, I don't know what that seal of approval or trophy or whatever it's going to end up being. In the draft, I wrote about accessibility in a lot of my Game of the Year awards, and what I do to signify those visually, I'm going to fuck around with Photoshop on the day and I'll know. Any game is going to be inaccessible to somebody. Well, yeah, but yeah, it's... Yes. I think that an individual person going, this is the most accessible game in this category this year, opens up a lot more for people to go, well, it wasn't accessible for me. Whereas if you have, say, a panel of people going, we voted and this is the thing that won this award, it goes, hey, there was a variety of perspectives in this, and whether I agree with it or disagree with it, this is what the voting committee consensus was. Accessibility is a very hard thing to go, like, here is the one opinion on what is the winning thing. Oh, sphere of approval. The accessibility sphere of approval. How do I don't know how to visually represent an accessibility sphere. Is it a sphere playing with, like, an Xbox adaptive controller? Oh, shit. Second shiny Litten. Oh, this hunt's gonna go so well. Fucking hell, this shiny hunt. Ah! Well. Come on, can we get all 3 shiny Littens on a single fucking sandwich? That would be glorious. Oh. Oh, Goldie... Gelatinous Biscuit in the YouTube chat says, my first ever shiny was a Geodude in Pokemon Crystal, named her Goldie Rocks. Goldie Rocks is an adorable name. Oh, I love really visually distinct shinies that are really easy to tell that they're shiny at a glance. It's so good. Saint Nobody, look, I've been thinking about stuff I want to do in 2024. Like, talking big picture. I'm planning to do the Accessibility Summer Showcase in the summer again. Part of me would like to make it a twice annual thing and have the Accessibility Winter Showcase. And that might be a good opportunity to bundle it in with getting a bunch of people in the accessibility space together and doing a accessibility awards thing that is, you know, not the same event, because we're not doing the Game Awards here where it's adverts and awards, but at the same time of year go, here is the awards thing, and also here's cool games to look at thing. They're 2 separate events happening sort of near each other, while, you know, that is vague thoughts, but again, it's a long year ahead. We'll see what ends up working out. Okay, Dark Nextad says of the Accessibility Horror Game Award, the nominees were Alan Wake 2, Dead by Daylight, Dead Space, Dredge, Operation Duty 6, The Last of Us 1, The Outlast Trials, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Signalis, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Curious, do you know what won? I hadn't thought of The Last of Us Part 1 being this year, but I suppose it was this year on PC. And it was late last year, so it might have been at, like, cut-off times. I feel like The Last of Us 1 in that list probably wins, because it's the stuff The Last of Us 2 had, but also audio descriptions, and yeah, audio descriptions in the horror space they're still very rare in gaming generally, and I can't think of anything other than Last of Us 1 in the horror space that's really done that. Oh shit, really? Saint Nobody says, hey, Marvel finally fired Jonathan Majors. I was half expecting them to lean on the fact that he was found not guilty on the felonies to keep him. Have they announced what they're doing? Because so much of the fucking MCU has been built on Jonathan Majors. For anyone who doesn't know, Jonathan Majors is the actor who is playing Kang the Conqueror, who is being set up to be like the next Thanos-level villain in the Marvel movies. But there's been a lot of allegations of abuse. He keeps more than once has had to go to trial over stuff. He's been laid off. He was found guilty today. Okay. Because I'd heard rumours for a while that he'd gotten his contract such that Kang could not be played by anyone other than him. Because, you know, multiverse story, he didn't want to be muscled out of a role he was building. And that makes sense. If that's true, I don't know. It feels like if there was ever a character that you could recast, having one who is multiple versions of themselves from across the timeline gives you a built-in way to recast and to get around it. Let's see. Guilty of 2 misdemeanors. Okay. Gelatinous Biscuit says they're probably going to pivot hard into Doctor Doom, which I'm okay with. I've heard people say that, but how? How do you sidestep the fact that you've been building Kang? Because, like, you've got several Kang-focused announced projects that you can't really avoid. Because, like, at the very least, even if you're going to hard pivot to Doctor Doom, you need to have, like, you need Kang present to have, like, Doctor Doom step in and fucking, like, sideswipe Kang and be like, no, fool, I am the big bad. Like, I don't know how you do that transition and not have it kill the MCU. Yeah. Class A misdemeanors up to a year each. He's a celebrity first offender. We'll see whether he actually faces jail time. Terra says, great job on the final battle of Season 10. The battle just ended, and now we have to see the consequences of the battle. Great job, Trizzy. Outsmarted the computer and created the earliest thing a nice Mario character. Oh, the closest thing to a nice Mario character. Oh shit, we got all 3 shiny Littons on a single fucking sandwich. This is ridiculous. Get here, Litten. Ah! Oh. Apparently I have all of the luck today. Where has it come from? Who knows? Should we just keep going? Should we see how many shiny Litten we can get in one sandwich? I need to know now. I've seen speculation they're going to sub in Ravana Rainslayer from Loki, since they're related characters in the comics. Yeah, there were points in Loki Season 2 where I was like, if you're going to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang, Season 2 of Loki would have been the time to do it. It's the time where you could have had an excuse to do it. We went back and changed the timeline such that He Who Remains is no longer one specific individual. Like, Loki Season 2 was your chance, and having missed it, I really feel like you don't get many other chances to justify having retconned the timeline that much, unless you lean heavy on the ending of Season 2 and go, this fundamentally changed the timeline such that Kang has many more faces now. Blah, 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 science. Doctor Doom walks in from behind CGI Majors and whacks him in the head with a rock. Well, yeah, we have still 10 fucking minutes. Beautiful. Oh, come on. Let's get a 4th. You know, just because. Yeah, because that's the problem with Jonathan Majors. This has been coming for a while. Like, they obviously weren't going to get rid of him until he'd been convicted of something, you know. But by keeping a hold of him until a conviction was made, they have really dug themselves into that pit. I think part of the question is, do you even just try and cast someone who looks similar enough and just, like... Because Kang's not been... he's been a big part of the Loki TV show. People who watched Loki will, you know, recognize an actor change. Ant-Man, Quantumania, he was on screen quite a lot of time for. That's really the only movie he's been, like, present a lot on screen for. And that wasn't hugely seen. I wonder whether they go, not enough people have seen enough screen time of mages to notice if we recast. Like, do they just try and hope that no one notices it's not the same actor? They did replace the War Machine actor, indeed, yeah. Why not keep the character but have another actor play it? Yeah, that's the thing, is... You could get away with it more easily if it was something like Thanos, where there's a lot of, like, heavy CGI and makeup and prosthetics that you can hide an actor change behind. But they've really leaned in on, this man's face is popping up everywhere and that's how you know these are all Kang. Like, they really leaned on, you can recognize this is a Kang. Well, they replaced Hulk's actor, but that was because they did the Hulk film as a standalone film before they really were like, is this going to take off as a thing? Like, no one... As far as most, like, 99% of people are concerned, the MCU started with Iron Man. The Edward Norton Incredible Hulk film that is technically part of the MCU, never heard of it. War Machine recast was not well received, especially with the drama surrounding it. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what the drama surrounding it is. I remember that it happened, if you want to fill me in on what drama was. Yeah, well, it's canon enough that, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure Nick Fury shows up in the Edward Norton Hulk. I mean, it gets acknowledged. She-Hulk acknowledges that it's canon because Abomination, the villain from the Ed Norton Hulk, is very present in She-Hulk. Yeah. Saint Nobody says, at this point, they probably just need to have Ravana declare that she defeated Kang off screen and she's the new Conqueror now. Yeah, I don't know enough about Kang the Conqueror rules to know whether, like, here's the thing. I think a lot of people have heard of Kang the Conqueror. I think a lot of the movie-watching audience won't know much about the comic one. I think you probably could get away with some bullshit of the Conqueror is a title, and someone even more powerful defeated Kang and took the title. Terrence Howard had some allegations of being crappy to women, but nothing as bad as mages. Iron Man comes up in the Incredible Hulk post-credits. Yeah, there was definitely stuff in that Incredible Hulk that was hinting at the a movie continuity before they realized it was going to be the big success it was going to be. The original actor wanted more money for the part. The CEO of Marvel at the time said to just recast him because the audience wouldn't notice the difference. Okay, if that's the case, yeah, I can see why people would be pissed off. Here's the thing. I think most people, if you did a recast, a lot of people go, that's not the actor though, is it? And they'd Google it and go, oh, the actor did some really fucked up shit? Okay, I get it. Yeah, here's what I will say. I think people are right to suggest that, Kang's narrative arc, if they can possibly condense it, they will. And they are going to want to distract from the fact they had to do this, because this is a big fucking embarrassment for the MCU. They are going to want to move to the big guns they've been sitting on for a while ASAP. So I think we do see X-Men, Fantastic Four, try and get to Doctor Doom as quickly as possible, like really jump into all those franchises that they didn't have and finally have back. Yeah, people in chat are saying they should pivot to Doom, but again, I don't disagree that that's probably what they're going to do. But considering how many films ahead of themselves and TV shows ahead they have already filmed, including Majors and Kang the Conqueror as the villain, and like I don't know how you smoothly pivot to Doom without finishing an arc that you've built up to be your next Thanos Infinity War. They already announced Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is the next big crossover movie. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing. You can't get around the fact they've already announced, like, yes, our next Infinity War scale big crossover, all of the heroes together, is the Kang Dynasty. You can't just backpedal that easily. It is not an easy backpedal. Again, not saying they won't. I am genuinely fascinated from like from someone who has been in has chatted with executives about big budget projects in some capacities. I would give anything to be a fly on the wall for the next 6 months of the plan, whatever the plan is to pivot, and trying to execute on that. Hard pivoting to Doom with no setup will give major DCU energy. Yes, that's exactly the problem. You've put it really well. If you completely throw out the Kang Dynasty as like the big event you were building to, and hard pivot to Doctor Doom, you become the worst of what the DCEU does. We are constantly just kind of fucking around with where we're going, and like the whole sense of we don't really have a cohesive plan of where this is going. Suddenly heroes are showing up for no real reason. Like, that is not they do not want anyone going. They did this weird pivot and it feels like the DCEU all of a sudden. Like, that's the fucking death bell for the MCU. The second it starts being like, this is DCEU levels of feels weirdly rushed and unplanned. If they had just said Avengers 5 and held off on announcing subtitles for everything 5 years in advance, they wouldn't have as big a problem on their hands. I mean, they would, though. Like, I know it wouldn't be called the Kang Dynasty, but, like, even if they hadn't said that, I think every single film and TV show for the last little while they've done has had at least some, ooh, that's Kang. Oh, we should be concerned about him coming soon. Like, they have baked that into the DNA of the last, like, 2 years of Marvel. I feel like Thanos worked better because they teased him, but he only showed up in things like Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of movies didn't really rely on him. Yes. I kind of agree. I get it. Kang the Conqueror kind of needs to... Like, his whole point is he's ever-present. He's everywhere. There's so many of him. One of him is difficult to overcome. An army of him is, like, where the threat lies. I get it. But again, it does contribute to this. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. God, remember when James Bond was like a major tentpole franchise and they didn't... When was there last a James Bond film? I feel like that series has just kind of died. Okay, yeah, they did build all the films around the Infinity Stones, but again, the Infinity Stones weren't a person. You could have had someone else swoop in and use the Infinity Stones. If you saw What If, that had a big sort of conclusion of Vision claiming all the Infinity Stones. And, like, yeah, the stones are a thing. Someone else could have come in and been the villain using the stones. The person wasn't the threat. 2021, No Time to Die. Was that really only 2 years ago? Ugh. Yeah, you know what I'm really curious about? Do they announce a change of plans? Or do they try and, like, quietly change things? Like, do we get anything like that? Right, there we go. Shiny Hunt done. We did get all 3 in a single sandwich. This is going to make you getting 25 shinies with 21 sandwiches a lot easier. So, let's do our evolutions and get our other stages of shiny. Look at that. That's 3 shinies off the list in one go. Yeah. Ugh. Would not want to be Marvel right now. That much is clear. Torracat. Yeah, I now have a Torracat and refresh. Torracat and refresh. Should be on what? 1.5. Okay, and then the other one we're going to evolve to its final stage. Yeah. This would go over very poorly with comics people. But I wonder if you could pivot Kang. Like, and hear me out on this. To a general audience that has heard of comic villains, but doesn't really know a lot about them, I think you could sell audiences on or something stupid like, and this is a bad example, but like something in this realm, all of the Kangs combine into a single person, and that one person is Galactus. All of the Kangs combine and become Galactus, and you cast someone different as Galactus. Because, like, I think your average non-comic reader will have heard of Galactus, but not know enough to know that right, I know, I put aside for a second the fact that I know comic fans would fucking riot, but comic fans are a really fucking small part of, like, people who read enough comics to know why that's a problem are not the biggest segment of the MCU viewer base. Like, it's bad. It's not a good idea. Hooray! Incineroar ticked off the list. 104, reset. Oh, look at you. Right, look at that evolution. Then I now have a shiny Incineroar. That brings 84. Given that Secret Wars is down the road, I think that Beyonder is a better choice than Galactus. Could segue into Doom as the big bad. Here's where I think the problem there is. And it's not a huge problem necessarily, but it is a thing I foresee. Kang the Conqueror is a villain that people who don't really know comics have heard of. If you're a person who's like, I like nerdy pop culture, but I haven't actually read a comic, you've heard of Kang the Conqueror, you probably haven't heard of the Beyonder. Like, I feel like the problem is, if you're gonna segue into a different villain, it needs to be one people have heard of. And it's the only reason why I think, like, if they're gonna pivot to a different villain, Doctor Doom is the one that makes sense, because it's one that they have started setting the groundwork for, and that is a name that enough people know. Is it possible to change Pokeball for the Pokemon? I don't think you can once you've caught them. I like using Quick Balls and I caught one in an Ultra Ball. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm not that fussed. Okay. Yeah, well, they're clearly setting up for that. They're setting up for... Look, mild spoilers for semi-recent Marvel. They had a character end up in another universe and meet the man who was in Frasier, Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer's Beast from X-Men. So we're clearly doing this is where we're introducing the Fox characters. So X-Men, which segues us on to Fantastic Four, segues us on to Doom. Ryan Mild says, I've never heard of Kang the Conqueror. I'm not saying everyone has, but I think... I would hazard to guess more people outside of comics have heard of Kang the Conqueror than have heard of I've already forgotten the Beyonder. Right, what do I hunt next? Let me get my list up. I was not expecting this to be such a quick shiny hunt. It would be fascinating to ask non-comics fans which Marvel characters they actually know. Because if I remember, Iron Man wasn't a well-known character for the MCU. best known Marvel villains by non-comic fans. I'm just going to do a Google and see if anyone's ever studied this. Okay, what ones of the general... according to IGN, what villains in Marvel have the general public heard of? Let's have a look. MODOK, the Abomination, the Ultron, Galactus, Kang the Conqueror, Venom, Green Goblin, Juggernaut. Yeah, the ones that have been in... Yeah. Galactus is really only one of the ones who hasn't been in movies that shows up high on there. And Doctor Doom. It's Galactus and Doctor Doom. Yeah, they know the Spider-Man ones. Right. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to decide what to shiny hunt next. I do need 3 Piplups. I could... Let's have a look at the Piplup shiny line. It's a kind of similar-ish one. The Mudkip Gal says, what are you expecting for Pokemon Day in February? I think it incredibly depends on whether the Switch successor has been announced in some capacity by February, which I don't think it will have. I don't know if it will have been. Because I think what the Pokemon Company has for next year is probably a new Pokemon game. Like, it might be a new new Legends Arceus style game. It could be a remake of Gen 5 or, you know, whatever it is. I think whatever it is going to be a cross-gen release. I think they're looking at Scarlet and Violet performance patches for next-gen hardware. I think they're in a weird position about what they will or won't announce, given that it's probably new hardware release year that they are undoubtedly working on stuff for, but probably won't be able to show on Pokemon Day. I think what we see is the current Switch version of certain titles, but maybe it looks a little better than it should, and we're like, that looks really good, how does it look so good? And we later find out, like, hey, maybe we saw a trailer for the Switch 2 version of it or something. Like, maybe something in that realm. Okay. Poplio. What does the Poplio shiny line look like? It's another shiny line that doesn't look terribly different, at least until its last stage. Okay. Let's look at the shiny Pikipek line. Because I know I would recognize the shiny Toucanon because it has the bisexual pride flag on its nose. What do the earlier stages look like shiny? I need like a side-by-side of the non-shiny next. Okay, so it goes pink rather than orange. It's going to be a very small shiny. Okay. You know what? I did a really good shiny hunt where I got 3 in a single sandwich. Let's go for a harder shiny hunt. Let's go for something where I'm going to have a bit more of a challenge finding the thing. So, we're going to go to the beach over here. Oh yeah, it could be. Fantastic Four Silver Surfer could have put Galactus in people's heads. God, that was so long ago, I forgot that forgot that Galactus has shown up in a live-action movie or been acknowledged. Right. A moment to get on top of things. Yeah, I think it's only going to be the Pick-a-Peck line on this beach, so I think we can probably do the shiny hunt here. Is Pick-a-Peck a monotype flying? I think it is. Let's double check. It's not any kind of dual type, is it? The normal flying. I think flying is going to be the best type to use for this. We'll try it and see. Yeah, a storm cloud is not what I think of when I think Galactus. I think big man in a sort of purple full like side face helmet eating a planet, you know. Flying type. Prosciutto. Okay, we'll put some prosciutto in our sandwich. Oh, good night, Artisynth. Okay. So, tomato, onion, green bell pepper, hamburger, double prosciutto, sour and bitter should do. I think that's fine as a combo. I don't think that causes any issues. So I ideally need 3 Pick-a-Pecks on this shiny hunt. I don't think we're going to get 3. This isn't one where I can quite so easily like visually scan and tell the shiny is there. I'm going to have to do a bit more running around auto-battling, which is going to slow down. Oh, this angle is very bad. Okay, not as bad as I thought. Almost lost a green pepper. It's fine. Dementia says, both Guardians of the Galaxy and Eternals have laid the groundwork for a pink giant man Galactus. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh. Yeah, Pick-a-Peck hunting as best we can. Yeah, no one saw the fucking Eternals. There's now a hand in the ocean, no one knows why. The biggest, the worst thing I can say about the Eternals is I watched that film and I remember none of it. They washed up on a beach, I think, when humanity still barely existed, and gave humanity a lot of technology, and then they stuck around until the modern day, and then presumably fought a threat of some kind. What was that threat? I don't know. Camille Nungiati, I think, was there, being an actor and pretending to be his own descendant in a line of movie stars. I think that was a plot point. That is everything I remember of that, like, 2.5-hour film that felt like it was, like, 4 hours. Okay, we're looking for sort of pink rather than orange. Okay, maybe we don't have to be too precise on this, actually. Maybe we can just run around a bit. There is enough colour here, I probably can just scan this at a glance. Oh, Celestials, yeah. What were the Celestials after? I don't know. Oh, wasn't the planet gonna be used for resources? Like, they were sent there to build the planet up, ready to be harvested. Wasn't the plot basically Steven Universe? And the diamonds wanting to turn the Earth into the cluster? Yeah, planet was a big egg. A Celestial was going to be born out of it. And the Eternals were like, no, let's not have the planet be destroyed for us, for a Celestial to be born. Oh yeah, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Quill's dad was a Celestial. I remember that. Celestials are born when a planet explodes. There we go. As a collective, we're getting there. Yeah, I'm looking for pink on the head of the small ones, or a bisexual flag on the nose of the larger ones. I think the pink will be visible. Yeah, it is nice to see some more Alolan representation. There's a good amount of representation of the regional forms in this, which is nice to see. Okay, orange nose, orange head. Do I do knockouts just to be safe? Probably not necessary. Sun and Moon were lovely. They started a bit slow. The amount of time before they took the training wheels off was a little bit ridiculous. But once you got into them, Sun and Moon were lovely. I was a big fan. Isn't What If Season 2 coming out this week? Maybe. You could tell me that that's the case, and I wouldn't doubt what you're saying. Look, the only reason I know which Marvel films have come out at the cinema, like, is because I have, like, a cinema pass to go to the cinema whenever I feel like it, because lovely birthday gift from my wife. But it means that, like, I look at cinema listings, so I see when a Marvel film has come out. The TV shows, I have no clue what's going on. Like, suddenly they're out, and I'm like, oh, I guess we're doing that one, are we? Okay. These things are tiny, though. I wouldn't be able to see a shiny. I think I can see a shiny on this. If they were too tiny to see, the option is you send out your Pokemon to auto battle all of them, and if your Pokemon refuses to auto battle it, that's the shiny. But I'm on a big enough monitor. I think I can spy it. Bring back the damn ability to have a little sparkle and a sound effect play when a shiny spawns. Barely half 10. I'm already tired. Sparkle sound effect was so good in Legends Arceus. And you know what makes it more annoying? They've introduced a new advanced lock-on that you can unlock in this, where you can see, like, hey, have I caught this before? What gender is this one? Oh, that one has a marker on it of some kind. I don't know what mark it is. But this new feature doesn't tell you if they're shiny. This new lock-on with more information, like, I can tell that one's bigger than the average, you know, without catching it. Just put the shiny sparkle as one of the things that it could show you. Like, that annoys me. That, like, they built in functionality to get a better idea of what a Pokemon is from the lock-on, and just didn't make it work for shiny hunting purposes. Pokemon Company hates fucking accessibility is what they hate. They hate the idea of a thing that was actually good. A Nintendo first-party exclusive, having a feature that made it more accessible for disabled players. Can't keep that. Gotta fucking get rid of that the first chance we get. You know what I still find really depressing? Just before Scarlet and Violet came out, I made a video about shiny hunting in Legends Arceus and being like, it's accessible in some ways, but it's, you know, it's more accessible for people who can hear than people who can see but not hear. And we really need to, like, in Scarlet and Violet, I'd really love to see these changes made to make, like, because the thing is, if you can hear the sparkle, you could hear the sparkle whether you were looking at the Pokemon when it spawned or not. With the visual, for people who are deaf, you had to be looking at the Pokemon when it spawned to see the sparkle. And I was like, here's how you could make that more accessible to deaf players. I made a fucking mock-up of, like, a screen animation where, like, a shiny spawns off screen and, like, the sparkle happens at the side of the screen with an arrow to, like, be like, a sparkle was over here. And I made this whole video going, here's how we could take the shiny sparkle and sound effect from Legends Arceus and make it more accessible. And I released this, like, 2 weeks before Scarlet and Violet. And then Scarlet and Violet was like, what if we did the opposite of what you wanted and rolled it back? Because, like, things I suggested that, again, could have been... just a sec. Yeah, one thing I suggested was if we open the map and then close it. You see on my mini-map, you can see what Pokemon are nearby. What if there was a shiny somewhere nearby, the Pokemon appeared with a sparkle on it on that map? Not even to tell you where the shiny was necessarily, but to go, there is a shiny currently spawned in, are you keeping an eye on your minimap? Because then the game would become, like, even if you're not signal boosting that fact, you need to keep paying attention periodically to your minimap, because that will sometimes clue you in, there is a shiny somewhere around here, I should go looking. You know, like, there's ways you could do it to make it, like, still not, like, giving it away for free, but increasing the availability of that information. You know? That's it. Like, you're already taking extra steps for a shiny. Just go... yeah. Or even as someone in chat just suggested a second ago, who was it? Saint Nobody said, I could see not having it tell you the shininess at first, but once you get a shiny charm, the lock-on should know how to identify shinies. Right. Something like that, where it's like, you've put in the effort to complete everything in the Pokedex. You have the thing that's going to boost your shiny odds. You're now at the point of the game where you might want a shiny hunt. Just a thing, so without going into battle, you can just confirm, is that a shiny? It kind of looks like it's a shiny, I just want to know for sure. I'll just quickly lock on. You know, or just let people know. Be nice about it. Okay, how long have we got in this sandwich? 20 minutes. Okay. Oh, you know what film I saw recently that is surprisingly fucking good? I did not think would be as good as it was. I'm just realizing I might have told this story on stream the other day. I think I actively did. But fuck it, I've started, so I'm going to complete it. If you've heard this from me before, tough luck. The other week, I finally watched Willy's Wonderland, which is the knockoff Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but starring Nicolas Cage. It's one night at Willy's instead of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's really good, and The thing that I did not know about it that really sold me on that film being interesting is Nicolas Cage, the protagonist of this film, does not say a single line of dialogue in a 90-plus minute film. And everyone around him talks. And he just makes sort of facial expressions. And it's one of the best performances I've ever seen this man give. It is 90 minutes of... so Nicolas Cage is like, his car breaks down and the people of this town are like, hey, stay in Willy's Wonderland overnight, clean the place up, take plenty of breaks. Oh, one of the shinies. Ah, hell yeah. 4 shinies on stream tonight. So yeah, I don't know if it's on Netflix. I don't have Netflix anymore. But yeah, so his car breaks down and they're like, hey, spend a night in Willy's Wonderland and we'll fix your car up. Clean the place up, take regular breaks. In the morning, you'll be fine. And they lock him in and clearly he's meant to die. And the entire film is like all of these animatronics routinely coming to like go and kill Nicolas Cage. And he'll be like cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the urinals. And one of them will like come in to kill him. And he will just like absolutely destroy this animatronic. Like most interesting violent fight scene you've ever seen. And then like his alarm will start going off. And he'll be like, it's time for my break. And he'll have his 1 can of fizzy drink. And he'll go and play some pinball in the break room. And then he'll go back into where he just killed that animatronic and put it in a bag, take it away, and then restart cleaning the bathroom, annoyed that that urinal he already cleaned now has oil on it from where he smashed the animatronic on it. There are other people who end up in here, like, you know, fearing for their lives, and it's just Nicolas Cage defeating animatronics only if they come to kill him. Otherwise, he's just, like, getting on with the cleaning. And if his alarm goes off for a break, tough shit, I'm taking my break right now, and I'm come back out and kill more animatronics. It's fucking fascinating. He does such a good job of never saying a word in that film, but conveying so much. Yeah. Nicolas Cage says not a word in this film, and it's maybe his best performance in... I've seen him in some interesting stuff recently. But yes, it's Nicolas Cage's off-brand Five Nights at Freddy's, where you're not giving money to a homophobe by supporting it, and for my money, much more interesting film than the Five Nights at Freddy's film that came out. Not that you should put money in the pocket of Scott Cawthon, but as someone who happens to have seen that film one way or another, Willy's Wonderland, much better film. Right, can I find another shiny while I'm here? Yes, I've been on a weird kick of watching, like, weird, surreal Nicolas Cage films recently. He recently had a film in the cinema called Dream Scenario. I feel like I might have talked about this film on stream. It's very bland, boring man Nicolas Cage. Suddenly people start dreaming about him. People who've never met him, he starts popping up in their dreams just like, you know, they're getting like, you know, my friend was in a car crash in a dream and bland, boring Nicolas Cage was just kind of stood there watching. And people start realizing they've all been having dreams about the same person, and Nicolas Cage is like, I'm going to try and cash in on this, and this is going to be my claim to fame. And then all of the dreams start getting very violent, and suddenly he no longer wants the notoriety of being that guy that's in all of your dreams, now that it's not a positive association people are having with this thing that's outside of his control. And oops, Nicolas Cage is going to have a descent into madness because it's Nicolas Cage. What else is he going to do? It is a surreal, weird fever dream of a film that, the best way I can vaguely sell it is this dream scenario has the single greatest 90 seconds of any film I've ever seen in terms of a jarring shift from comedy to horror. And I'm gonna tell you 3 words that occur within 90 seconds in this film, just to give you a sense of the fever dream this film is. Premature ejaculation, very loud fart, bashing a man's head in with a hammer. That's 90 seconds at most. It's the most a film has ever fucking spun me around. How old is that movie? Dream Scenario. It came out. Ever watch a Yipragos Lathmos film? The Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, The Favourite, Four Things. No. Yorgos. No, I haven't. I know nothing of these films or this creator. Okay, I'm ideally looking for the shiny Pikipek this time, because I have the evolved form. If I find another of the middle stage, it's not the end of the world, because I can evolve it into Toucannon. And avoid having to hunt that separately. I'm just looking for a different colour on the head of the tiny one. No, the other one, I saw a film that was way better than it had any right to be. So there is a horror film that is out there called, I believe it's called The Scrotum. And the premise is stupid. Some toxic waste is poured in a river. A man accidentally cuts himself shaving in the river, and now his testicles are evil and full of toxic waste and going on a killing spree. It's a fucking stupid concept. It is the most ridiculous fucking concept that should not work. But it's clearly made by people who really understand, like, cinematography and film theory and how to make a really interesting artsy film. And I don't know how to explain. It's only like 60 minutes long. It's not like a theatrical length full film. The way I would sell that film is there's maybe like a 5-minute long scene at one point where it is a battle between someone with a hedge trimmer and one of these evil testicles that is entirely set to like a classical aria with none of the sound effects of the violent fight happening, just classical music, and a fight choreographed to classical music with very interesting artistic use of like camera angles and shot composition. That film did not have any right to be as legitimately well made as it was. It should have been a stupid gag. I'm hunting for Pikipek. I forget what this middle evolution's called. We just found a shiny one of those. I need the whole evolutionary line, so I need at least one shiny Pikipek and one more of either the first or second stage that I can evolve into Toucannon. So we are looking for a bird with a tiny patch of pink on its head, or the second stage evolution with a kind of purple bisexual pride flag beak. Having a good night though. We are on four shinies in maybe 50 minutes of hunting. It's a pretty damn good pace. Toucannon's definitely easier to see shiny just because it's larger. But it was the colour that we noticed on the mid stage. Trumbeak? Is Trumbeak the middle one's name? I think it is. So like I'm fairly confident we can just run around looking for the odd colour out. I don't think I need to be too precise looking at this. Yeah, if I just stop near the groups, they all turn and face me anyway, which I think should be plenty. Let them bring their identifying feature toward me. Oh, yep, no. All the same. Come on, come on, come on. Do I spend the last few minutes just hunting Trumbeak? Or Toucannon? It's so big and visible. No, I need the Pick-a-Peck still. So we hunt the Pick-a-Peck. Don't go hunt the Toucannon, because then I will be forced into a corner of the Pick-a-Peck being the only thing that will fill the final slot. Keep open the flexibility. Who hunts the Whale Lord? Okay, that's good. I like that. Yeah, I need big batches like that one there to surface. Come on, give me a big batch of Pick-a-Pecks. I ideally need a place where only the Pick-a-Peck is showing up. Does the middle stage lose its normal typing? If I search for the shiny normal types, would I be able to avoid... I don't know if that would work. Oh! Maybe not? No. I don't think you're the shiny. I'm certain you're not. But my brain latched onto this one, so it's like I just gotta double check. I gotta make sure I'm not losing my mind. If it had been shiny, I'd have been glad to have checked. Give myself a confidence reminder if I do still know what these look like. For dual types, does it help your shiny odds doubly if you increase shiny odds for both types? So, generally speaking, you can't increase shiny odds for both types at once. Most of the shiny boosting sandwiches will only let you have one type of one type of Pokemon shiny boosted at a time. It doesn't really matter which. The reason I searched flying rather than normal was if there was something on this beach that was a normal type that I hadn't considered. I'd only see, in terms of flying types, I'd only seen Pick-a-Peck and its evolution. But if there was something else that was a secret normal type that I'd boosted, I'd be seeing them spawn as well, and that would decrease the number of Pick-a-Pecks I'd be seeing per amount of time during this time-limited sandwich. If I try and pick something that, like, the thing I'm hunting will be the only thing of that type in the area. And work out what the best type for that is. Oh, could we hunt it this way? Is this the way to do it? It's a bit late to be thinking of this, but put my back up against something high that they're not going to spawn on. Do we get a bunch of spawns in front of us? We do. Yeah, those all look fine. Come back to the wall. It's not... maybe I don't even move. Maybe I just use the zoom feature on the Switch. That might be enough. You stand here, get a good number of spawns. I need to be further back here to... no, I'm not getting a reliable big batch of spawns, I think, because there's... Yeah, there's a few places around here not in front of me that could be spawning. I'm probably going to have to do this hunt at least one more time, so I might as well work out the optimal position to get a good reset. Okay. Not going to be a workable solution. Ugh. Spawn me the big groups. Spawn me the circles. Spawn me a big batch so I can see them all at once. How long do we have left? 2.5 minutes. Fuck it, we spend the last 2 minutes looking for the top end evolution up here. At the very least we can see... Do we get other spawns? Yeah, we get Orichalcos spawns up here. That is a flying type. Is there an area up here where we can just get just the 2 cannons? Maybe... No, up here is not a good place. We can get like 1, 2 cannon spawn there. Icapex are spawning in the grass and they are tiny if the grass is a problem. Yeah, 2 cannon may be the easiest one to see the details on, but if I can't get multiple spawns of it, then there is no point. Yeah, and we're getting the Orichalcos now, so... Back to the beach it is. Well, we found out. We tried. And rule it out. No. Okay. Ah! I'm being swarmed. Time is probably 15 seconds. Go, go, go. See as many as we can before that timer runs out. Feed around. Trust my gut. Spot if it's a shiny. Nope, 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 nope. And we're getting non-birds starters. Okay. Well, we have a Trumbeak. That is one of the shinies we need. Yeah, so we pop you in there. I can take Trumbeak off the list. We can give that one more hunt. I'll mark Trumbeak off the list. upper and lower end of the evolutionary line. The middle's fine now. Got Trumbeak in the list. That is 103. Whoa! Okay. I appear to have hit a milestone without noticing it. Which I will tell you about in a second. Ah, that's neat. So, if you count different forms of Pokemon as being their own entries, so like Alolan Geodude is different from shiny Alolan Geodude is different from shiny Geodude. Shiny shiny Gigantamax Duraludon is a different entry from shiny Duraludon. Those kind of distinctions. I now officially have over 1,000 different distinct species of shiny Pokemon in my collection. With maybe 103 species to go, many of which will not be are not available shiny. What do I need? What do I need? Let me look at whole living national decks. What am I missing shiny? Talo, Exploud, Aggron, Plusle, Zang. I not have a shiny Zangoose. I swear I shiny hunted Zangoose. Lileep, Anorith, Clamperl, Huntail, Gorbis, Relicanth, Groudon. Monferno, Infernape, Piplup, Prinplup, Empoleon. We can kind of ignore the starters because I'm going to be shiny hunting them in this. Heatran, Fione, Victini, Snivy, Servine. I need to hunt. I need regular Samurott. I have Hisuian one. Lillipup, Herdia, Pansage, all the sage monkeys. Venipede, Whirlipede, Krokorok, which I'm catching in this. Darumaka, Tortuga, Archeops, Emolga, Bouffalant, Tornadus, Thundurus, Zekrom, Melota, Genset, Braxian and Froakie I'm getting in this. Frou-Frou, Helioptile, Amaro, Amarus, Diancie, Hooper, Volcanion, Decidueye, Popliobrione, Primana, getting those. Pick-a-Peck and Toucannon I'm working on. Omfei I can get in this. Type Null I need to get. Minior I can get in this. Tapu, Bulu, Finny, Cosmog, Cosmo-M, yeah, a lot of the Ultra Beasts I need to do. Cubfu, Urshifu, Zarude, not available shiny. Glastria, Spectria, Calyrex, not available shiny. Enamorus, not available shiny. Wochien, Chienpao, Tien, Chiyu, can't be gotten shiny. Koraidon, Miraidon, can't be shiny. Walking Wake, Iron Leaves. Oh! Diplin, I have. Old Chagai, Sinistchar, I have. Hadn't marked those off yet, apparently. Okidogi, Monkidori, Fezzipan, Ogapon can't be shiny yet. Pretty sure I have shiny Paldean and Tauros. Okay, yeah, it's less than 100 left, many of which are ones that aren't available shiny at all, but it's 1,005 shiny species caught, 99 shiny species to go, minus any that aren't, literally aren't available. Oh. Well, that is a new, that is a new threshold to have overcome. The quest continues ever closer to its end. One day I will have all of them. One day. But for now, we save and we make another sandwich with prosciutto. And we try and find 2 more off of that list. These 2 remaining little birds. Do we do that, or do we do another shiny hunt for Pick-a-Peck? Or do we go get a legendary and start filling out some of the legendaries that aren't available shiny but we do need to get for the decks? I could do that. Yeah, this is going to be like 20, 25-ish spots empty at the end, and... jeez. No, I guess those 25 legendaries I can get aren't part of the dex. Is it really? I didn't go get the Poplio, did I? You know what? We'll take a break for a second. Let's go find a Poplio. Oh, yeah, I know where that is. We can find the Poplio line really easily. I don't even need to do the map. Dimanchia, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for popping along. Yeah, we should be able to find Poplio just over here. If I just, like, hang out in this mud, I guess. Oh. Not Poplio, Sobble. I know the names of Pokemon I'm looking at. The 3 monkeys from Gen 5 are not in the DLC, while I'm a bit bummed, at least at some point there'll be a Gen 5 remake. Yeah, I think a Gen 5 remake is imminent. There's a bunch of Gen 5 stuff that keeps being avoided by Pokemon, and I think that's because they're doing I think Gen 5 remake is, like, very on the table. Or at the very least, like, a Legends Arceus style game, like, in the same region or something. Rohamal, have you paracetamol? I hope it helps. Rest well. I'm sorry you're having a rough one. Okay, I might try and do some of those trades I need to do. Let's at least get you into there. And evolve that Sobble twice. 2 more dex spots done. If anyone here is either playing Scarlet and happy to trade version exclusives for dex entries, or is playing either Scarlet or Violet, and would happy to do some trades so that some Pokemon that need to trade to evolve could evolve, I would be super appreciative. No worries if not, but it would be useful. If anyone would be happy to do some of those. There we go, we have Inteleon, so we are a little further up that line now. Yeah, so it's prosciutto if we want to do the sandwich. I think it's literally just the version exclusives and the trade evolutions I need to do now. Right, screw it. Let's do that shiny hunt one more time. We've had a good night. We have found 4 shinies on 2 sandwiches. This is very good pace. I can find 2 more Pick-a-Peck line Pokemon. That'll be 6 shinies in a single stream. That'd be beautiful. That doesn't seem so unrealistic. That seems very viable. Okay, tomato, onion, green pepper, hamburger, double prosciutto. There it is. Sour and spicy. Sour and salty, because then we do sweet and spicy. It works out. Yeah, that's the way around we do it. Oh, yeah, Kang is just trending on Twitter, huh? Makes sense. R8 Gaming says, anyone have a spare Goldengo or Slowking? I could trade you a thing that'll evolve into a Slowking if you're happy to trade it back to me, because I have the thing to make a Slowking, but I need to do a trade to get the Slowking. So I can trade it to you, so you'll have a Slowking in your decks, and then you trade it back to me and I have a Slowking in my decks, if that works for you. I think that's doable. I could probably make a Goldengo without too much trouble. Cool. I've just realised now's the worst time for me to have offered to have done that, because I'm just setting up the shiny odds sandwich for half an hour, and that's going to take up time. If you don't mind waiting half an hour for me to finish this shiny hunt sandwich, I'm happy. I'm open to doing those trades and trying to set you up a Goldengo after that. I apologise. I realised I was agreeing to it literally as I'm making a sandwich that's going to lock me into shiny hunting for half an hour. God, yeah. Has any additional information come out on social media about that whole situation? Oh yes, I didn't have a look at this before. Marvel Studios has parted way with Jonathan Majors. IO9 has received confirmation from Disney that Marvel will not be moving forward with Jonathan Majors at Count the Conqueror. Yeah. No, yeah, no. Oh. Avengers the Kang Dynasty is now reportedly being referred to as Avengers 5, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Yeah, people were chatting about this possibility. Are they backtracking? Are they going to try and make someone other than Kang that big bad? Huh. That, honestly, that would be, I would be surprised, but, I mean, yeah, it really does sound like they're, if they are tentatively going, it's now Avengers 5, it's like, yeah, it really does sound like you don't have faith in just doing a recast or, like, a workaround. God. This, plus the fact that, like, the next Captain America has, what's her name, Sabra, who is basically Captain Israel. Not a good time for the MCU in terms of avoiding controversy and not having to rewrite huge segments of what they had planned. Phew. If they hadn't shown, like, the Council of Kangs yet, and we'd only really seen the one in, like, one or two of them, if we hadn't seen, like, the big CGI Kang Fest, it would have been so easy for them to go, oh yeah, those Kangs happen to look the same, but, like, you know, it's a multiverse. You've seen that Loki and Sylvie are the same person, but also very physically different. Curious. Now let's zoom in a little closer. Let's not go quite so zoomed out. Try on foot rather than on bike, just so I have. I'm going to see fewer spawns, but I will have slightly longer to actually register mentally what I'm seeing, and maybe that'll help. This is one of those shiny hunts where I'm probably just going to talk to myself during it, because it's going to be really easy to mentally zone out, and that is the last thing I want on a hunt like this, where the thing I am looking for is really small and easy to miss. I wonder if they will go full Lucas and just edit everything on Disney Plus. I don't think so. I don't think they can work around the fact that Mages is in the prior ones. I think they just have to push forward, whatever that means. I'm thinking about things that work in Disney's favor on this. Loki didn't reinstate Kang as the Ceaseless Watcher. They've at least replaced part of Kang's role in holding the universe together. You know what the solution is. Get Doctor Strange to come in and go, hey, you know how I don't remember I did this, but audience, you remember how I did a spell that made everyone forget who Spider-Man, or who Spider-Man was? Forget about the man who was Spider-Man, forget about that. Just get Doctor Strange to come in and be like, I do a spell so everyone forgets that Kang the Conqueror looks like that. I do a spell. Kang forgets that he's supposed to look the same all the time. Can you tell I am tired that this is the level of ideas I have? I don't think Disney's going to be kicking down the door to use these ideas. Altered Karma says, turns out a wizard did it. Yeah, it's... I feel like Disney might really just have to do a Poochie went back to his home planet style, you know, somehow Palpatine returned. Yes, there's an exclusive clip in Fortnite that explains how Kang the Conqueror was defeated off screen. Somehow Kang was defeated. Like, if you can bring back Palpatine with just a text crawl that explains that something happened in Fortnite, you could do the same for Kang. I love the idea of them doing something really fucking stupid, like Doctor Strange finds out that Kang exists and is this big threat. He's like, oh yeah, I can just unmake a person. I can just, like, do a spell and that person never happened. Get the Time Stone, go find the first Kang and just, like, oops, you're gone. Okay, can't Time Stone anymore, but, like... It's me, Professor Anti-Kang. Here to fire one Kang laser and undo the Kang. Kinnick, not at this moment. I'm in the middle of doing a shiny hunt, but I appreciate the offer. Come on. Here's Kang's much eviler brother, Clank. I mean, yeah, you could go the Dragon Ball Z route and go like, oh, you thought that Raditz was bad. Well, here's Vegeta. He's like Raditz, but even stronger. Oh, Frieza you thought was bad. Well, here's Cooler. No, not a different color. I'm just seeing things. I am wishfully thinking. Here's Kang 2. He's even stronger and defeated all the Kangs at once. He defeated them so bad that we couldn't even show you. It would be too violent. Oh, do it like a D&D campaign where your character dies off, but you don't actually want to stop playing them. It's like, okay, Kang died, but don't worry, it's Kang Jr. here to avenge his father. It's Kang wearing some sunglasses. Or in this case, a different actor, definitely not just more Kang. Ugh. Yeah, Poochie from The Simpsons. Poochie has to go home to his home planet. Okay. I don't want to say what I'm referencing, because it's a piece of media I would really recommend paying attention to, and I don't want to spoil this thing. So I'm going to talk about a spoiler without the context of what it's a spoiler for, I think is the best way to do this. There is a piece of horror media I love, in which, at one point, a character is replaced by someone pretending, like a creature pretending to be them. And they don't look the same or sound the same, but they warp people's memories such that people don't realize this is not the person that used to be there. They just sort of step into the role and no one finds it odd. And in this piece of media that I'm referencing, which was an audio-only piece of media, they changed the actor or actress playing the role and had them do a very similar voice that they sort of relaxed on a little over time. And when you listen back knowing that that's what happened, you go, oh shit, that hasn't been them for ages. How did I not realize this wasn't the same voice I'm hearing? I'm not saying there's a one-to-one you could do for that with Kang, but I love shit like that where it's like, you did a very subtle change, like change of character, and made it part of the fiction, so that when people are going, this doesn't sound quite right, wait, did they always look like that? Did they always sound like that? You then get to go, aha, you actually noticed a thing before we told you. That's very clever of you. And with something like Kang, do a recast, but then like a film or two in, or like a couple of appearances in, be like, oh, the reason that like Kang looks and sounds different is that someone replaced Kang. Like, something was just a little uncanny and a little off. Yeah, that's a way you could try and do it. Yeah, uncanny. Akai, yes, the uncanny valley. Something that will need to be crossed. Yeah, it's what happened to Superman's mustache. That wasn't Superman, that was Superfan, his biggest fan. That was the explanation the whole time. Oh, what if we try the picnic method? Oh, Terra? Are you on about a video game piece of media? I think. I'm pretty sure I know which bit of media you are referencing. Yes, okay, yeah. Yes. Oh, a second Trumbeak. We can evolve this into a 2-cannon, which means we still need a shiny Pickaback, but we are 2 out of 3 stages done now, and that is really good. Look, I think this one has been out long enough and enough people know this one that we can talk about it. Metal Gear Solid 5. You think you are playing as a certain character, and people were very upset that they didn't get the original voice actor for that character back, and then that voice actor is in the game, and you're like, ah, shit, we were never playing as that character a little bit. Oh, Scrangle, we're doing good. We've used 3 shiny sandwiches, and we're on 5 of the shinies we needed. We only need 1 more, and we've got like 2 whole evolutionary lines of shiny done in a single stream, which is wonderful. Let's evolve this to a toucannon. With its bisexual pride beak, which I'm very excited about. That's just the bisexual pride flag, right? There is no other way to interpret that beak. Toucannon. There's another shiny picked off on the document. We can cross that off there. Look at this good bisexual bird that we've added to our collection. We just have to find a shiny of the tiniest one. The one that's going to be hardest for us to spot. That's all we have to do now. Okay, how long do we have left on that shiny sandwich? 15 minutes. Okay, that's doable. We just need one of these tiny birds to be shiny. Shiny Pikipek. I need not your older sibling, I need you, the tiny version, to be shiny. If only I could find a place where the small version spawned, but not the big one. Oh, we talked about this recently on Podquisition, but as stupid as the whole Metal Gear Solid 5 thing was, where Kojima wrapped his face in bandages and pretended to be Joaquin, the game developer who was definitely not Kojima as an acronym of his name. As stupid as that was, as ridiculous as it was, it did set up, this is a game about a person with bandages on their face claims to be one person, but ultimately you will later find out they are not the person that they told you they were, and that it was stupid, but it was like a 3-year-long setup for a punchline that the game told, and I respect the hustle there. I respect the hustle of announcing your game in a format that basically tells the big spoiler that is the end of the game, and being confident that people will just write you off as, oh, silly old Kojima doing a weird nonsense thing for no reason, as Kojima does. And not being afraid that you've just, like, thrown away any chance you had of, like, your big reveal. Like, clearly there is a method to... There's a method to the plan. Whether I think it is a sensible thing for Kojima to be doing or not, you know, like... You had the confidence to know what your twist was and go, yeah, I'm gonna play with that. Come on. Shiny Pikipek. Shiny Pikipek. Shiny a picky peck for me. Yeah, look. Kojima is bonkers, but I wouldn't have him any other way. Like, he doesn't necessarily need Jeff Keighley, like, enabling him quite as much as he has, but, I don't want boring Kojima games. I want weird shit that maybe makes sense, maybe it doesn't. It's gonna take me a while to understand what the fuck he's trying to do. Right. Go. Come on. Shiny. Shiny Pick-a-Peck, please. Anyone know if the Milcery outbreaks have the same increased shiny rates as Litwick and Flabébé? Yes, same shiny rates, increased shiny rates as Litwick and Flabébé. Look, shiny luck is just like that sometimes. You might have done a couple of those outbreaks and found shinies easily, and then done a different outbreak and found the shiny harder to find. That's just how statistics shake out. The numbers are the same, but the dice just aren't playing in your favor. Okay. Come on. Shiny bird. Shine for me, bird. We have 10 minutes left in which a shiny bird could occur. I'm starting to doubt my own ability to recognize a shiny Pick-a-Peck now. I'm going to do auto battles just to reassure myself I'm not just walking past the shiny. No, Crab Roller, I don't have time for this. We're not a flying type, why are you here? Spawn in groups so that I can see the difference by comparison. Stand next to some of your friends so I have a comparison color sheet to color swatch against. One more shiny, one more shiny. Okay. Get back. Come on. I'm not confident we're going to finish this one. We'll see. I keep my fingers crossed. The vibes just aren't there. I do not feel confident that we're going to find this final picky pack. This picky pack feels like it's going to be one of those ones that haunts me for days. Like, I can get its evolutionary stages just fine, but the dice gods are going to be like, you want the last one. You want the very small one, the one that you really have to sort of look for. Ooh, I'm not going to spawn one of those. What would you even do if we spawned one of those? Can't be putting that kind of risk out there. Sleepiness is getting to me. I can feel the focus drifting. Come on, I just need to keep, what, 5 more minutes of focus in me. How long have I been awake? Like, it was like 8 AM, so like, I can't do maths right now. 16 hours? It's just been a long day. It's been getting a lot of work done, a lot of focus tasks. And we're at the point in the night when my ADHD meds have worn off where I always just get a bit sleepy and unfocused anyway. Which is good because it means I will actually be able to fall asleep. I specifically have my meds timed out so that at about time for bed I can actually go to bed. But it does mean that sometimes, depending on how my day is timed out, I'm like, oh no, I still have some of the stream to finish, but my brain's like, yep, time to clock off for the night, we're done. Yeah, I've not got much work left to do for the year. There is an access ability going up this week that Jane is editing and I'll need to subtitle and do the timings and things for. I have my own personal game of the year video and the first video of next year I need to get done this week. And I have a freelance feature I need to write tomorrow. But after that I am done. Yes, med timing so that you can be helpful at the right times is, yeah. Yeah, it's particularly not helped by the fact there's an ADHD medication shortage at the moment, which has meant a degree of rationing doses, which is not ideal for... Yeah. Oh. Hey, Ogapon, did you refuse to fight one of these? I saw a little sweat tear happen. No, I guess I didn't. auto battle and actually keep an eye on the auto battling. So if that happens, we can be in line of sight to see what got refused. Oh, thank you, Tao Top. I hadn't deliberately color matched my hair and my Pokemon, but yeah, they're a reasonable match. Okay. Got what, 3? Oh, we got a minute and a half. Okay. We stop with the random battles. Let's sprint around for a second and just try and get some big batches to spawn. Come on, minute and a half. Well, at least we don't have to reset. We did find a shiny with this sandwich. It's not the 2 I was hoping for. Not doing Union Circle at the second. I'm finishing up a Pick-a-Peck shiny hunt. It's not going as well as I'd hoped. We got the evolutionary stages, just not the Pick-a-Peck itself. What's with the jarring orange walls? I don't know. They are there to divide between the different biomes. Sometimes a cube in one of them will be a ditto for some reason. I couldn't find a narrative explanation as to why these developer texture ass walls are here. Okay, 11 seconds. Come on, let's get one last batch to spawn. Any of you shiny as... yeah, non-birds are going to start spawning in. Okay, we got one of the shinies. We still need the Pick-a-Peck, but we got the Trumbeak and the middle one. Okay, who was in chat that I was going to trade with? Oh, I do need still to grab a couple of bits to make the Slowpoke. I was going to do a trade and trade back for Slowpoke, and I will still, but I need to grab, I think, 8 twigs off of this beach quickly to get the trade evolution item I'm still missing. Let's try. Got 1, 2. Does it not need to trade? I thought it needed to trade to evolve. Okay, well, in that case, I don't need to trade to evolve, but I will evolve it, and then I'll trade it to you if you trade it back to me to help you out. I might be wrong. I feel like there's a second item, and I think it's needed for the evolution. I've done too many too many things with Pokemon today. I've forgotten which ones are even trades and which are not. That's 4, 5. Yeah, I know who I need to speak to create the item. I just... I devolved Slowpoke into Slowbro, but not into Slowking, which was the one you needed, wasn't it? Was Slowking, I think? Or was it Slowbro you needed? Oh. And what's the wreath that she has? Oh, is there 2 different Slowbro forms? Is that the thing? Oh, yeah, okay. Just a sec. Slow King is a trade is it Slow Bro that trade evolves with? So if I give one of these a King's Rock, will it evolve into a Slow King for you? Okay, yeah, so one of these with it, no. Or does it need to be a regular Slowpoke? Okay, it needs to be the not Alolan. Sorry, I'm having one moment. I'm pretty sure I have a Slow King that I can trade you. I'm just having a moment. So where's this gap? Does Alolan Slowpoke evolve into two different things? Like, I feel like it has to, because I have... Okay, yeah, okay. Well, you know, it does evolve into Slow King. Yeah. So if I go get the other thing, the Wreath, Slowpoke will evolve into Slow King with the Wreath. And then I can trade you the Slow King. Is that not right? Yeah. This is why I was confused, I thought I was getting the branches to evolve it into a Slow King because you needed a Slow King. And suddenly you were talking about the crown thing, and I was like, yeah, the King's Rock, and I'm like, well, were you specifically after the non-Alolan Slow King? Because if so, I apologize for the confusion. I assumed you were after this Slow King because it's in the DLC and the... Yeah. Yeah, you need to speak to the girl to get the branches crown. Yes, that's what I was... Sorry. The reason I am confused is I was going to do this and then everyone started making it seem like this wasn't the thing I needed to be doing. Come on, 2 more branches. 2, there we go. Yes, no, I'd muddled myself and thought I needed to do a trade evolution to get the Slow King. I don't. I could get the Slow King by myself, but the person in chat needs a Slow King. So, yeah, I'll just evolve it and then trade them a Slow King if they trade the Slow King back to me, I guess. Long day. Oh. No, not the cuff. I need the other one. Well, it's 16:43 in your time zone, not in mine. It's basically midnight over here. I'm not in Eastern US time, I'm in UK time. So it is 11:45 PM for me. I need to catch another Slowpoke, that's fine. I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't remember what the order is here. It's too late in the day. Am I doing a flawless US accent? Am I doing a flawless US accent? I don't think so. I was born and raised in Dorset. Dorset, with all the Dorset farmers. This accent is mostly English, a little splash of Canadian in there. I have family from Canada, but I've always lived in England. Okay. Come on. Where is this crown thing? Where's this evolution item? I thought I had 8 branches, and I thought she crafted one for me. Oh, okay, fine. I'm clearly not with it tonight. I thought she needed 8 for either one, and I thought I gave her 8. It's 15 for the wreath. Okay, sure. This is the last thing we're doing tonight. We're doing trades and things. If I find any of the branches up here, they have to be on the beach itself. Spawn pickups. Do it for me. Okay, so if it's 15, do I have 13? I thought I had 8. Someone said I needed 2 more. No, well, if it is 15, then I need 7 more, not 2 more. And I don't think I'm going to get 7... without waiting for a batch of them to respawn. Okay, well in that case, do I just have a regular Slowking that I can trade this person for now? I must do. In box 1, is it a shiny? It's a shiny, so I'm not trading that. Yeah, I know it doesn't count for the, oh, yeah, specifically for the Bat Dex. Well, apologies. I thought I only needed the 8 twigs to do the thing. I needed more than 8, and only 8 spawn at a time, so I guess I can't help with that at the second. I might still be able to help with, Goldengo. Do I have a spare? Give me Ghoul lying around that I can turn into a Goldengo. Those are my shinies, so not those. Competitive 1, this is the shiny boxes. No, apologies for offering to help. Apparently, there's slightly more steps involved in helping than I thought there were, and now my brain is mush, and my ability to help is minimal. Yeah, I doubt beating up Slowpokes is going to give the twigs, is it? No, Slowpoke claws. Could I just get a Galarian Slowking from home? Do I have one in Pokemon Home? No, I think I might just be defeated. I think this might be end of stream, bedtime for me. I am clearly too tired to be much more productive on this one. Thank you everyone for watching. I apologize for falling the stream here. I am a big old sleepy and just do with the rest. Hope everyone has a good rest of your day. I'm gonna get some sleep because I have a bunch of stuff I still need to do this week, I guess. Have a good rest of your day. See you all on Wednesday for another stream where I will be hopefully slightly better rested. Good night.